party in a area where there's some little teepees and large pavilion, some folks that weren't too friendly to hentai, to Carson Foley, and I believe we're just about to continue on the arduous march to
As-
carry
Sure.
on
as-
the journey, to
I
continue
walk-
rolling the random encounters until death you do
As I
find.
walk back
Like-
to the,
Alana asks Carson, so what did those assholes say?
they said there's a beast northwest that we may slay for 20 gold.
20 gold. How far away is this beast?
I have yet. I forgot to ask that. Northwest. You'll probably see it.
Did they say if they knew about this oasis and how far away it was?
No, they called me a madman.
Perhaps you should have shown them your chicken.
I did. Yeah, I always show my chicken.
Very well. I guess we could go take a look at this beast. Although, if you think about it, they have 20-something men and they haven't gone and tracked this thing down. But we're after demons, so it's on the same order of magnitude. Let's go after it. Or at least take a look at it. What say you guys?
Sure, why not? I like the
Okay.
gold.
I'd prefer the demon, but you're the boss, right? I can't
I
go
mean-
to talk to people whenever I want. So I assume so. A big flutter thing to say.
Alright, so I guess we head northwest, please.
Go for it. Move yourself. And as you head northwest, you see...
We die.
You see to the southwest, in 24019, you see... Well, most of you don't see, but Raven can clearly see. You spot carrion birds circling over overgrown corpses, like piles and piles of them strewn out, covering a large swath of land.
Ooh, I smell loot. Elena, we got dead bodies over there. Let's go say hi.
I think we would go and investigate. Quite carefully, though.
All right, Mr. Necrophile, let's go.
Okay. So, how are we going to do this?
I
So-
guess Raven goes ahead, right? And we're just like about 30 or 40 feet behind.
Okay, seems nice to me.
Raven will stealth up, check things out, wave you guys forward, stealth things up, wave you guys forward. You know, the usual.
Very tactical. Cool.
Okay. Please hold while the GM checks his things.
So basically, we're about to die.
Yeah, basically.
Only a little
Ah.
bit. I mean, I wouldn't worry too much.
Only I am about to die.
Look, you don't have to be the fastest runner. You just have to be faster than Carson.
Oh, shit. I just thought about something. We're about to run into a bunch of undead.
Oh,
Ah,
Yes, because the traveler said he ran into a bunch of dead about halfway's travel to the oasis, and we're halfway there.
all right. You have like healing spells. No, all right. Light spells, right? As a cleric.
Yes, but I believe in 5th edition, undead aren't actually like vulnerable to radiant damage. They're just
What?
not immune to it.
Well, it was fun knowing you.
Don't worry, Carson. We'll just
If-
sacrifice your chicken when it comes to it.
if things go sour, I can always cast Expeditious Retreat.
On all of us.
Ah,
On all of us.
no, sorry.
me.
We'll see. We'll see then.
You should.
Okay, so you're stealthily moving towards this pile of corpses. Can you, Raven, give me a perception test, a stealth test, and a survival test?
So many tests. Shit.
Perception, stealth, and survival. It's strange. My passive perception is actually higher than my perception to roll it.
Oh man, those are good rolls.
Okay. So as you're moving up, you can clearly see a couple of things. Most of which you can see is the GM on chat delay eating in Twitch. And that amuses me. Look at me shoveling food in my face. Oh, it's so good. So you move up and you can see there are a number of corpses in varied states of decay. Judging from the least decayed one, these have been dead like a month, maybe more. And those that haven't decayed as much have just not been got to yet by the various fauna and flora that feed on the dead. There's a number of corpses, easily over 100, but as you're looking through them, you don't see any valuables. You like see spears mostly broken. You can see obvious signs of wounds, like they've been torn apart or shredded by something vicious. It doesn't look like they were killed by arrow or a sword. It looks very much like they've been ripped and rent apart. And you are walking along quite stealthily, and you think you spot in the distance on one of the corpses like some golden jewelry. You see the glint of metal, and as you're like getting excited, you begin to move forward, and then you see something a bit concerning. There's some large fungal formations around the area, and they sort of twitch slightly as you move close. You notice this, and it triggers a memory in your mind. You know of motile carnivorous fungi, the sort of thing often found in dark caves that rend a man's flesh from his bone and render him into nothing but floppy jello. And with this knowledge in your mind, you look again at what you first thought was golden jewelry. And no, it's merely a necklace made of bone that is tarnished with dried blood. You're not even sure why it glinted. What do you do?
Well, Raven, not wanting to die to fungi, is going to wave everyone back and stealthily get the heck out of Dodge.
I stand in the back line.
Okay, so you begin to move away and avert what could have been perhaps a crisis, but most certainly is not.
Yay!
Can I investigate, like, as we pass? Can I look at the claw marks on one of these corpses?
So Raven, do you describe this situation to us?
Oh, I am most definitely telling you guys that no one should go near there because the fungus will eat you and turn you into goo. And I'm going to specifically mention to Carson that if he goes anywhere over there, I'm taking his chicken.
Can I
And I'm
consult
gonna-
Olgum? Can I consult Ogma on?
His name Jeremiah Gottwald. Learn her name, please.
Can I consult Ogma if I know what these creatures are from his descriptions?
You can make a nature check, and if you have a certain class ability, you might be able to use it.
So I'm going to pray to Ogma beforehand, before trying to remember what this thing is. Okay.
Right.
11.
You've heard of cave fungi, which rip people apart, rendering them into floppy jello that nourishes their spores, but never any surface-dwelling fungi.
As
You're
far
not
as I know,
entirely sure that
they're more like carrion animals than predators, right?
you don't know anything. You've heard stories of cave fungi that can do what Raven is afraid of, but you know
know
nothing
what?
of this situation.
Regardless of which, like, Alana's just because this is part of her background traits. She's just going to pretend that this is what she knows about it. She tells you guys that these things are like carrion animals. They don't actually they aren't predators. She highly doubts this animal like slew all these people all by itself. It's just here to feed on their corpses.
Philly is Philly is very intrigued by the situation, so he wants to investigate.
Well, I believe both Carson and Philly are investigating the corpses, their wounds, or is there something else that you want to investigate, Philly?
Well, can I try to deduce anything about the nature of these creatures from what
Sure,
from what?
make a nature check.
Can't I
And-
make an investigation check?
You would have to go up to them and examine them.
Okay,
So
okay, I'll
Carson
make
Foley,
a nature.
as you examine the dead, you can quite clearly tell that they were ripped apart by something with tooth and claw and incredible strength.
All right.
Okay. Oh, okay. This didn't go well. Okay, I didn't.
You can also tell Carson Foley that none of the feeding wounds, none of the like carrion animals that have eaten these bodies, none of them bear resemblance to the thing that killed these things to begin with, and you believe that whatever killed these people didn't do it for food because it hasn't eaten any of them.
All right. So we have a sadistic beast at our hand that are not fungus. I tell you what.
I, you know, I'm up to whatever the party wants to do. If you guys want to take this thing down, I'll support you guys.
I shrug.
Can I see if I remember ever hearing about such a creature?
Such a creature. Describe what such a creature means.
A creature that
A
acts
creature
in
capable
this
of
way.
ripping apart 100 people.
Yes.
In fairy tales and folklore. I mean,
Okay.
take your pick.
Alana tells you that from what she's read in the books, this is probably the work of some sort of like werewolves or something, like a whole pack of them.
Okay.
By the way, are these corpses armed? Do they have weapons on them?
Yes, they have broken spears and just like tattered armor that's being rent.
All right, they may be quite dangerous.
Okay. Philly is getting very scared and he wants to go around this. It's looking like if he goes forward, this will be his grave.
Yeah, if you guys
Ravens-
want to skirt around him, we can skirt around him. If you guys want to fight him, we can fight him. Up to you guys.
Raven suggests we leave. Let's go
Yeah.
around.
All right.
All right.
I think we're having a cowardly party version 2.
Okay. So,
It's all-
which direction do you head then?
West. Southwest, I guess.
Go for it.
Actually, no, we'll go northwest.
Okay. So you skirt around this decrepit and rotting battlefield and continue pressing onward.
Right.
And I believe one more.
Southwest.
Let me just make sure. Okay, yep. And roll a d100. Pardon me. I am greedy and gross. And yep, it's time to camp for the night. The third night of your travels is drawing to a close. The sun begins to set overhead, and your legs and arms are weary from walking, and you're perhaps understandably a bit tense from the constant excitement that you've been enduring. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Or maybe just the constant arousal of Carson Foley's member.
What are you talking about? I take up a sheet of
But
paper.
we can now see the arid flats to the south of us, right? That's correct.
No, it's not. You can see some barren hills to the south of you. You don't know if they're the start of the barren flats or if they're just some hills. Perhaps if you use survival on your next set of days and use the navigate perk from it to gain direction.
You know what? I'm going to say that I think we are going to switch to survival now that we're close.
That might be a wise choice. So, you all settle down for a night's rest. Roll a d100.
As we settle down, I take up a sheet of paper and make note of the masses of corpses we saw and the claw marks and the fungus.
Do you write like a little side note that says, "Very fun, must frolic"?
What? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Do you write a little side note that says, "Very fun, must frolic"?
Absolutely.
Okay. In your dreams, you frolic gaily upon in the fields of the dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skipping through them.
So the night passes without incident. Who's on what watch, by the way?
I think Alana would be on first watch.
Okay. Second.
Philly.
Raven takes the midnight watch.
Raven takes the midnight watch. Then Alana, not Alana. Then Carson, you're the last watch as the sun rises in the morning. Then.
Yeah, I
So,
had the worst perception.
As you're woken up by a raven in the night, you can smell roast chicken upon the air, and you find yourself bereft of a once gorgeous clucking bird. The sun has not yet risen, and your beast is dead.
Wait, what?
You are awoken by Raven for your nightly watch, and you can smell roast chicken upon the air, and your chicken is nowhere to be seen. The beast is dead. It has died this night before the sun rose.
Wait. I look at Raymond. Did you cook my chicken? Did you kill Jeremiah Gottwald?
Who are you asking that?
Raven.
Raven looks at you and goes, I don't like chicken. It tastes like chicken.
We were going to sacrifice it to the bloody demon so I could convince it to leave the place. Or at least... I start mumbling for like hours. Fierce.
So you're still mumbling when Raven goes to bed and the rest of the party wakes up in 2 hours?
I pace back and forward. Shouting
The question
curses
is,
in deep
did
speech.
Did you eat some of the roasted chicken?
Yeah, I did.
You walk over to the carcass of your chicken and pull off a leg. Do you mumble to yourself as you eat it? Is it delicious? Do tears roll
Is
down
it
your
delicious?
face?
Yeah,
Is it deliciously salty as your tears like marinate the
absolutely.
chicken?
All the sort.
Okay, so apart from this disappointment, the sun rises the following day, and it greets you with a warm, happy smile. So now that everyone's awake, what do you do with this party of
wait.
chicken murderers?
Sorry. While Raven is asleep, I like to steal 1 gold and 95 silver from his pouch.
Make a stealth check.
Alright, sorry, I need to get off my sheet. Sorry.
Okay, so you walk over to Raven, and you're like preparing to grab his pouch, and you just punch him in the dick, and he shoots awake. Your hand is grabbing onto a pouch, but it's not the one you were after.
I have no idea what I would say to this.
Best response ever. So there's an awkward silence.
I don't want to be a party
somewhere
killer,
far,
but man,
far
if
away.
somebody did that in real life, they'd be getting stabbed. Wow.
Perhaps there's a moment of silence, and Alana and Philly like crack open an eye as the sun rises, and they just see this horrifying image.
Alright, I try to save my mistake and looking stern in the eye. You killed my chicken. I will hurt your cock. And then I let go. walk away, turn away, blush as all hell because I'm so embarrassed, and say nothing more about it.
So, Raven, what do you do as like Carson just like flabbergasted walks away, and you're just still in shock.
I got nothing to say. Like,
So I'm
I got
imagining
nothing.
you're just kind of sitting bolt upright in your bedroll, just looking at Carson as he walks away, then looking down, then looking at Carson, and you're just like,
look, I knew there was something wrong with Carson when he took all his clothes off to talk to those guys and paid them to look at him naked. But grabbing me while I'm sleeping just absolutely confirms that there is something mentally wrong with Carson. Big time. This guy, we're putting him in the nut house.
okay. So the morning rolls round, and apart from this awkward moment in everybody's life, you all wake up and prepare to set out upon your travels for the day. And perhaps the Alana and Philly, you notice that Carson and Raven are always at opposite ends of the party. For some reason, they can't seem to maintain eye contact. And you find yourself wondering if what you thought you saw when you woke up, did that actually happen? Did it? Do any of you bring this up, or is it just like all quickly shuffled under the rug?
I think she's whispering like to the other like, was Carson giving him a hand job?
Philly shakes his head and says, "Why did I join these short-lived races?" And he is very disappointed.
All right, I think so. What are we rolling survival this time? Is it athletics now that we're close?
I believe that's what was being talked about. So, who has the best survival? Also,
I
have got
roll
6.
twice. Someone, Mike.
Raven's got a survival of 15.
But Raven, you're scouting. Do you want to give the roll to
No,
someone else?
I've got 16.
So do you give the role of scout to someone else if you want to navigate?
No. The Alana has 16. So
Okay. So Alana, roll up some survival, and we'll see what goes.
Yep. As she does this, I guess in the morning, when they're packing up the tent, she catches sight of her father's shield, and it reminds her of Ogma, and she prays to Ogma for guidance for today's and the next few days' journey.
Okay.
This is just to set up my
Okay,
spell usage.
Okay. So that's 26. So with a 26, that's
5 points.
five actions, and you can choose from the following: navigate, spend a travel action to gain your bearings. Hunt/forage, spend an action to gain food for that day. By the way, you're down 3 days, so you've got 7 days of rations left. And safe camp, to spend a travel action to ensure a safe camp for the night, and forego the formalities of rolling to see if you get grizzly beasted during the night.
So we'll spend navigate to know which direction the arid flats are at.
Okay, so you spend a travel action to know which direction the arid flats are. Looking at the lay of the land to the south, you can see that the hills are barren of thick grass and foliage, and you think that beyond them you would find the arid flats. Although you recall the primitive directions you got upon leaving Haven, and you remember that there are some ruins, and to the south of that there is the oasis.
Yes.
And judging from the crazed man's blurred description, you think that the ruins are further still to the west.
Yes. Okay. So I turn towards the party members and I inform them of my deductions, and then I ask them, do we want to encounter these ruins first before heading south, or should we cut straight southwest and see if we can find this oasis on our own?
I vote ruins.
So you can go there and flash your cop. Oh wait, no, someone cooked. Never mind.
It doesn't matter to Raven. He's still in shock
lose.
after being sexually attacked.
What has this become?
You decided that was the
I mean, you
result
rolled
of
a
draw.
0. What else am I supposed to do with that?
Philly closes a strange book written in Draconic that he was reading as they walked, and he says, "I want to go straight for the oasis." And
All
he
right,
doesn't say anything else.
how about Raven then?
Raven doesn't matter. He's just here to get paid and hopefully survive after being attacked by Carson.
All right, we go straight for the Oasis. I flip the coin.
Cool. So carry on. Lead the way.
All right, we move southwest.
Okay. So as you move southwest, you see to the south a small, rough wooden palisade fort sat atop the hills, with little people milling about on top.
Can we see how many ish there are on top?
Let me check. On top of the walls?
Yes.
Probably like 4 or 5.
Okay. It's very rough, right?
The fort? Yeah, it's like not a stone construction. It's rough palisade. So
All right.
wooden, like a kind of wooden Mott and Bailey deal.
I mean, they could be bandits, I say to the party member. But on the other hand, we could do
Bandits.
with direction. These people live right on the edge of the arid flats, so they should know, its layout better than some random person who stumbled half dead into a town.
I'm not agreeing.
I mean, we could always expeditiously retreat, and we have a person to distract our withdrawal, and I point at Carson.
I have no idea what you have against me. I'm simply trying to learn the lands.
So I say, I say, how about this, Raven and Philly, you guys hang back and try and stay hidden, and we'll repeat what we did with those sexist barbarians, and we'll go ahead with Carson and I. We'll try and speak to these guys and ask for some directions.
All right. Dear.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. I'll have my
Right, we
bow
head
out and ready to go.
And we wave and hail them once we get,
So-
if we see they notice us.
Alana, make a d6 roll real quick. Interesting.
I'm not sure if high is better or low is better. You're leaving me in suspense here. Last time I rolled a 6, you were really sexist to me. That hurt my feelings.
Hey man, I just do what the dice tell me. I mean, I don't make the random encounter tables. Cough. So, let me just boop-a-doo for the stream. There you go. Happy stream. Oh.
Oh, I think you moved us. Yeah.
That didn't happen. So, as you stroll on up, the people on top of the wall continue being on top of the wall. You can see that there's 4 dudes standing by what would be a rough gate, and there's a kind of what looks to be like a moat, but it has no water in, so it's basically just a ditch with pikes spiking out of it.
Right.
You can see that this rough palisade has enough for maybe one person to walk along abreast. There aren't really towers, so to speak, in the thing, but you can definitely see on the corners there's a couple of people standing there. And as you walk up, you see the 4 guys standing there, big burly men with looks like tribal tattoos, like blue woad ink along their arms and on their chest and on their face, and they're carrying spears which look quite primitive. They've got like feather tassels and fur tassels and like flint and shards of steel. And as you come up, they look at you like in an intimidating manner, as if to go, what you doing, walking up to us and being all like hoity-toity? What do you do?
At this point, I guess Alana cups her hands and shouts, "Hello, the palisade. We come in peace."
And you hear one of them go, "What the hell's a palisade?" "I think she means the wall." "We're not on the wall. We're at the gate." And they like, they look over to you and they go, "What do you want? You don't look like traders."
We're seeking directions. We're seeking an oasis in the arid flats to the southwest.
So you want to trade information?
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
What do you got to give?
Depends how much you will charge. We've got some.
Oh, let's start at 100 golden pieces. 100 golden pieces?
Well-
150, says the other. Yeah, 150.
I have
I
a
don't
chicken
think-
mouse.
I don't think we have 150 between all of us, both of us put together.
Then what do you have? Says the other one.
I have 10 silver.
We have locations.
Should we just kill them and take their weapons? The gear looks pretty good. Forget it.
We-
Come a bit
I-
closer, would you?
She's
I-
like, kill us. Are you by any chance bandits? I've read about bandits, and you don't seem to be bandits.
So, make a persuasion test when you say, "Are you bandits?"
Use advantage, please.
Don't need to. Boom.
Oh,
And when you say bandits, they go, "Bandits, brigands, common robbers." And oh god, every time you get up, man. Oh,
You can mute him.
can I?
I think so.
Well, Twitch is about to freak out. Hello? Hello? Hey, PJ? When you get up,
Yes.
don't disconnect your headset.
Okay. Sorry.
'Cause I can hear myself, everyone can hear myself. It's just the worst.
I have to. Oh, someone disconnected. I have to go have dinner, but I'll be right back. No.
alright.
Shameful. Dinner is for
I know.
breaks. That's what breaks are for,
Sorry?
Dinner is for breaks. That's what breaks are for, It's just the worst.
Do we want to have our last break? We're approaching hour 3. The break.
I mean,
hour
actually, that will work just fine.
Am I back?
Are you
Hello?
back? Yeah, you are.
Oh, there's now two calls.
It is rating. It's working now.
Should be working.
What's happening?
Sorry? Oh, Diego, não faças barulhos, faz favor.